Hello everyone, welcome back to PerfectManus, and for today's class we'll be focusing on how to UV unwrap. The techniques we'll learn here can be applied to any complex model, and that will be really helpful. I guess that is all you need to watch just to learn UV unwrapping. Okay, so start UV unwrapping. We'll need a model which we'll be creating right now. It's just a simpler model so that I can showcase you how you have to do all these things. Okay, okay, so if we put these loop cuts here, we can increase the thickness of the cover page. We are creating a book, then we'll be working on it. So before we go there, we need to make sure that all of these are moving, because sometimes it happens that both of these don't get selected. So while you're modeling, just make sure that you're selecting it as whole. Okay, from the front view in the face mode, we will just select the pages part. Okay, we are creating the book pages, that will be the cover. By offsetting them and again extruding and changing its thickness to create it something like a book. Okay, so our model is done. One thing I will show you while you are done here. Okay, let's hide it. Okay, so from here you can see that when you go in the UV panel, your U will be as same as of any other cube. Okay, and why is that? Because in Maya it still consider it as the same UV map until you update it. Okay, so update it. There are few methods which you can follow. Let's just delete it and working on this book. Going back to the UV editor. So here this UV, you can either delete it or you can directly commit it automatic or camera based. First, I will tell you how to basically fix your automatic UV unwrapping, and I will show you the difference or issues that can be created while you're using this. So when you UV unwrap it automatically, okay, you can see here that you're getting three planar projections. Okay, you can see the 6 side, you see three planes, x, y, and z axis is projecting, and onto the different angles it's cutting them. Okay, you can see that the white lines have been created. Okay, here you can't see it because we went into the object mode, but when you go in the UV panel of this object, okay, now you can see those white lines. Those white lines are created from that projections. Okay, and those white lines are basically the cuts that have been made. Okay, so there are two ways to do it. One is to directly do it from the UVs, which will be really hard for you to do for the complex models. You can take out your one by one models and go in the isolation view, and then you can start UV editing them. For this, I will just simply tell you, you move all of it out from this panel. This will be your main UV panel, and you start by working on any one of these. Let's say this one. Okay, let's bring it here somewhere. And now you need to understand, basically, consider it as a box. Okay, we have to unwrap it in a way that all of this side will be connected minimally from one side. Okay, but all of this can be opened into a 2D plane. Right now it's a 3D planar. And what's a 3D planar? Okay, when, for example, when you cut a cloth, okay, and when you start stitching it, that will be created as a closed object. Okay, that can be wear as t-shirt or anything else. But before you sew it, okay, before you stitch or sew it, it was a single sheet. Okay, that sheet we have to create so that it will be easy for you to texture it, because if you directly want to texture it here, it's not possible. Maybe you can do it in the substance painter, but when you have to bring those maps, what are maps? Okay, so there are few maps which is created while you texture, like base color, the color or the pattern which will be on top of your object, the height map, okay, that will show the displacement or bumps, the normal map that can be your mixed with your bumps thing. You will show these properties in your hypershade. Okay, and there are roughness. Your roughness will tell you if it's a shiny object or not. Apart from that part, you basically need your UV for texturing. Okay, so after you have taken this here, okay, it's basically this part, just understand that this is your cover. Okay, these layers is your cover and this is your page part. So you need to make sure that the page part is separated out from your cover part. Okay, so I've started from here, and any direction you can start going in. So from here I will go in this direction. So to go in this direction, I have to simply go in the edge mode and click on this edge, and then I can start shift right click and these options will show. I can stitch them together. Okay, now the thing arises, why it moved there. So basically this have a lot of weight in comparison to this one. Okay, also there are few more methods. Let's rotate it to make sure that it looks the same as this one. Okay, while we are viewing it from this view, then you simply have to continue going in this way. This part will be, see, you can see this one and this part have been selected because those should be stitched together. Now that part comes here because this much area have more weight. Okay, now I will tell you one issue that is in the automatic UV unwrapping, that is this area. Okay, let's just show you in the face selection. This area, okay, all this area is not equal to this one. It's much more smaller, but here you can see it's almost same. To solve it, you can either go to modify and you can unfold it. Okay, this will show the real size of it, but that can also damage your UVs. So you should do it before you connect this, or just select on everything and just select unfold. Now it's the real dimensional size in comparison to other sizes. To straighten it up, you simply select it, you can modify and orient shells. Okay, now the process will be same, and I will show you the different way you can do it, and then I'll be finishing your UV unwrapping. Okay, so instead of doing it in this way, okay, you just delete this one. You create it using your camera based. Okay, so in the camera how I'm seeing it in this angle, just make sure that you are seeing more angles, and then select it and create your camera based UV projection. It's not in the object view. Now it will be created. Okay, you can see it's the same angle. Okay, but instead of going here, what you can do is you can have it somewhere here. Okay, or there will be toolkits. It's fine. You don't need these toolkits. You will simply working on this one. This is simply basically to show you, okay, what we are doing here. You can see also there. So you have to cut manually. You'll know this. These pages are separated out by these edges. Okay, these pages. So let's just first separate these. Okay, all of your pages have been selected. So you can simply shift right click and cut it. You will see that white line have been created. Now your sheets have been turned on these edges. Let's say here you want to add different pattern, here you want to add different pattern, here you want to add different patterns. So simply click on this one and on this one and put a cut. Okay, these got separated out. Now go on the UV, select on these UVs. Okay, move it out. Okay, a separate layers. Now we need to cut your cover in a way that it can be opened into a single plane. Okay, I guess you remember how you put covers on your copy in school. So there should be a cut here because it's folding there till here. Okay, going into the edge mode, you click here, similarly here, and for these parts I'll put those cuts. Okay, and I can simply cut it. Similarly, these parts will be attaching again, but instead of attaching, we just need to either cut these corners because from here it's folding. Okay, so the folding part will have some gap. So even after we attach this or we open it, we can't regain those parts which were cutted out from your sheet. Okay, so here you cut it, and now I hope so it's almost done. Okay, you can just simply select on all of it and you can go and modify and unfold it. Okay, most of it is done, and instead of doing it from the automatic, you have your proper model. By going the modify and orient shells, it will be straightened out. You can select it separately and you can rotate it to be fixed onto your one panel. Okay, just resize it so it will come all of it inside this panel. And these are simply your pages. I don't know why this edge got cutted out. You can stitch them together. Okay, and like this your UV Unwrap is done. Okay, these are for your pages. You can again cut it if you want them separated out instead of having it onto the same plane. Going the UVs, selecting this one, taking up as on the same position as this one. Okay, and rotating it, again rotating it so that it looks good and it have basically the gap we need. Moving it up onto the center, and your UVs are done. You can resize them. Okay, it won't affect your model in any way until your texture is already created. Okay, to come till here from the automatic part, I will show you what was left there. Okay, that way our use was already done, but I will show you the difference between the cuts that got automatically cut it out. Okay, in your UV panel you need to put cuts here, 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 this one, and these ones, because basically they are on the 90-degree angles and automatically it cuts on those sides which are at a 90-degree angle or more than 30-degree angles. Okay, and now if you would have unfolded it, it should be something like these part will be separated out. Okay, these will be separated out, these will be separated out, these will be okay. So instead of doing so much, let's just automatically unwrap your model. Okay, here this one, back to the automatic part, back to the automatic part, to where it was done and you modify it, okay, and unfold. So every size is rearranged. Make sure you move it out. From here, you start working with one face. We bring that face somewhere here. And from here, from edge values, you start moving it. Now see, this area come here to get connected. But in the starting, when we did the same, this area shifted to here and got connected to this part because this was bigger that time, right? Similarly, we will continue to connect this area to this, stitch together. Now after it's connected, we need to add these sides also because it's also made up of the same thing. It's like cover. Okay, so let's say for this part we'll be connecting this one got selected and it bring whole thing together here. Okay, this can cause issue. I'll explain it. Similarly, let's do the same thing for this side also. Okay, now if I want to connect these sides, this side and this side is there. Okay, if I try to stitch them together, it will cause issue, or if I try to sew them together, it will still cause issue. To solve it, you need to put a cut. Okay, to put a cut, you need to understand where it will be attaching. So this line till here, you need to get this area here. Okay, so the cut should be on this part. You put a cut, you click here, and you stitch them together. Similarly, you want to stitch these parts till here. If you try to stitch them something like this, it will get stretch. Solve it again, you need to put a cut here. Now if you do it, it will be stitched. Similarly for this part, you need to put two cuts here. Connect these parts, and to continue it, you need to do from here. You will see now that's making a little bit curve. Okay, that will be solved in a while. Let's just connect them with upper areas. Okay, if you don't know where I'm connecting the parts right now, you can see here, but I'll click here, will be selected here. So this area got connected to here. Now we need to connect this area to here because it's also part of your cover, right? To connect it, you simply click here. Those things will automatically get connected and you stitch them together. Okay, similarly for the bottom part, you stitch them together. Now we have your book pages and your these sides. Okay, these sides you can see. So let's first connect these. What are these sides? See, here you need to connect this face and this face because it's page. You need to connect this face to this one, this face to this one. Okay, so coming back here, you stitch them together. For this one also you stitch them together. Just make sure that it's not getting stretched. For further part you stitch them here. For its further part you stitch them here. But now again, when you need to stitch these two, it will get stretched. To solve it again, you have to put a cut here because this is the only part which is not common. Okay, in this selection or in this selection. Similarly from the bottom side, you put the cut, and now you connect these two and these two. Similarly for this part, you need to put a cut here and here to make sure they don't get stretched. You stitch these parts together. Okay, now only your pages are left. You can see the difference in the size of this and your pages. It happens sometimes. To solve it, simply connect your pages to here. Okay, and your side pages to here. To solve this now, you need to go in the UV or faces. Let's say in the faces, you have to go again in the modify and unfold it. Okay, you can see those lines get straight. Okay, and then again you need to go in the modify and in the orient shell. Now you can see it's same as the one we have created by using your camera based. Let's just put a cut on your books or the pages part and have them separated out a certain distance. Okay. You can put your UVs on top of each other if you want same texture on both of these parts. Okay. But I'm just putting them apart so that I can feel more at ease, or I can just change texture on this area and this area. So now that it is done, your UV unwrapping is finished. Okay, I guess it was simple, and if you have any doubt you can comment down below and I will explain them to you in the next class. Just practice this and best of luck. Also, one more part, uh, to make sure that you create texture on top of it, you can either create on Substance Painter or in Photoshop. To take this one box out, your UV, you simply have to go on the image, you go on the UV snapshot, and you simply export it in the PNG form or any form. You have options here. You give the location, let's say on the desktop, by the UV or UV book, simple. Okay, and this is the size of the texture, 2048 quality. Okay, you can change the colors. This line will be shown. Basically, this is your blueprint to create textures exactly in these boundaries, so that when you apply those maps in Maya again, those will be applied properly on these positions. Okay, so I apply it and my UVs will be created. My UVs, you can see that they get exported to here, and this is the size. Right now you're not seeing those boundaries because I'm seeing it in the photos, but if you import it into your Photoshop or some other software, you need to texture paint it by hand, or you need to just align your texture on top of it. That can work. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Similar thing, if you have any doubt you can comment down below. Thank you.